the chief came in and he said, "We just found 30 insurgents that just attacked us. Are you guys up to going back out?" My first trip to Iraq, I got to visit Camp Mark Lee. I know on the other side of Camp Mark Lee is a Marine base, and if they'd asked me, I'd have said, "Go find some of the Marines who are fresh and haven't been out in the last 24 hours, who are gung-ho and ready for battle." But that wasn't the character of that young man, nor is that the character of the Navy SEALs. Mark looked his chief in the eye and he said, "Roger that, let's go get him." So they went back into Ramadi. They cleared several houses and they went in the last house Mark would be in. They cleared the bottom of the house and they started to proceed up the steps when they heard Mark yell, "On me!" And you know, if you served, that meant he was going to take the lead and they were to follow. And as they went up those steps, they drew fire through a window. And for the last and final time, Mark made that choice again to turn into that line of fire to defend his buddies. But he didn't do that just for his buddies. He did that for each and every one of us in America. He did that for the freedoms that we love and enjoy each and every single day. I miss that young man so deeply, but I am so proud of him. He gave up all of his tomorrows so that we could have our todays. And I want to challenge you to not waste the todays that have been gifted to us by the men and women who serve in the military. They have sacrificed and given so much.
Thank you, Debbie. This is our favorite part of the program, to stand before you. We are so honored and privileged because it's all of you that have served our country who are number one, which is why we like to put you on the top of our program and honor you first and foremost, because that's what you are for this country, number one. This next song that I'm about to sing is a song my mom and I wrote, and I feel privileged every time to sing it for you, for our country. We've dedicated it to my uncle and all who have sacrificed to keep our flag flying at unreachable heights, our freedom. My uncle Michael Nagy was one of the last planes shot down in World War II. He was a gunner and a torpedo bomber, had flown his last mission, was on his way home when he came across the USS Independence. They were short a torpedo bomber. Now he'd already been shot down and pulled out of the South Pacific once, and yet he volunteered to go back again for one last mission, but she never returned. The day the war was declared over was the day my grandparents received the news. So as there was the music and dancing and celebration in the streets, the war was over. That same day, they received the telegram their son wasn't coming home. He was MIA. A couple years later, when my father served, he went to Maizero Harbor where his brother had gone down to search for him to see if he was still alive. He came across an elder in the village that remembered that day vividly. It was the only plane that had gone down that village, in that harbor, which was miraculous in and of itself. He took my father out in a little fishing boat to the exact spot where his brother had gone down. And there my father stood and prayed upon the grave of his brother at the bottom of the sea. That was their answer that brought the closure. The song goes out to Michael Nagy, to Mark Allen Lee, to all you who have sacrificed and who continue to sacrifice for our freedoms. It's because of you that we stand here today and they stand there today as well. And it's for you that we continue to fight for our freedom. That's right. America, this song is for you and it's called Where Freedom Flies. And our brave ones held this flag. Is the cost of freedom. Oh, there's a price for freedom. Oh, but for those who doubt, who forget what it takes to protect this beautiful country, to fly this flag of freedom out
Splash.